renter.
It was only a couple hundred people. But then Bernie ran in 2016. Yes. And opened up what government could look like for people. Yes. And people, including myself, started to feel seen. And then Trump won. And people, and people felt hopeless. And people felt like we needed something to do and something to put our energy towards. And so people started throwing themselves into DSA, into fights for Medicare for all, so that healthcare and medicine doesn't bankrupt them. And to fight for a Green New Deal, so we can have a livable future and generations to come that have that future. With union protection. In spite of the grind of the working day, in the service of something bigger than themselves, and in service of fighting for a better world.
All right.
And this past year has been terrible. The cost of living is going up, our rent is going up, people are getting laid off, we are seeing ICE terrorize our neighbors and toss people down in the streets. Incredible solidarity from people in Ward 1 and across DC. I've seen tenants organizing with their neighbors to create tenant unions and fight for better conditions and to stay in their homes. I have seen workers organizing with their coworkers to unionize their workplaces and get better pay and benefits. And I have seen community members come together to protect each other, to make sure students can get to school safely, to make sure everyone has groceries and that people can stay and feel safe in DC. Those are all people who are coming to the fight, who are rallying. More and more people every single day who may not have been politically active before, but are ready to fight for each other and are ready to fight for something that is bigger than themselves. We are talking to teachers, to parents, to seniors, to students, to restaurant workers, to bus operators, to federal workers, nonprofit workers, tons of people across the district who want something different and who want a government that works for them and that fights for them. I never thought that I would run for office, but as a tenant organizer, I have been in so many meetings in the Wilson Building and so many rallies at the Wilson Building, fighting for rental assistance, trying to protect pay for early childhood educators, trying to make sure that we have a budget that is for us and not for billionaires and corporations. But I am running for office because I am tired of being on defense. So often, when we talk about living through history, it is because we are living through something terrible and something tragic. But we have the opportunity in June not just to live through history, but to make history ourselves. Imagine if we stopped major rent hikes, if we held bad landlords accountable, if we created more housing so that everybody could find a place in the neighborhood that they love and spend the rest of their lives here. Imagine if we had free childcare for every family so that you could start a family and stay in DC. Imagine if one job was enough. And workers could spend time with their family or doing the things that they love. Imagine if instead of giving giveaways to billionaires and corporations, we invested in fast, reliable transit. We invested in good schools so our kids could have a future. We invested in our parks and our libraries and our plazas so we could have true community hubs. And we invested in getting rid of rats and making government work for us. And imagine if we put up a real fight against the Trump administration. If we supported federal workers, ended MPD collaboration with ICE, protected immigrants and queer and trans people, and fought for DC's statehood. This is our chance. From Ward 1 to the mayor's seat, we have the opportunity to make DC work for us. We have the opportunity to make DC government fight for renters and workers and families and immigrants and any single person who loves DC and wants to call DC their home. Because if we love DC, we deserve a government and a DC that loves us back. Like I did in 2016. This is your opportunity to fight for a better world and to fight for something bigger than yourself. We'll have to end on a chant because this is a hype rally. So,